Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's Crypto Corner. I hope you all had a wonderful week. So there has been a rally on Bitcoin, but in the last week we've seen some pullback. So where to now from Bitcoin? That's what we're going to be looking at this week, the forecast for the next week. So let's have a look. Before we get started, if you'd like to contact us, you can click on any of our videos. Under the description, you will find our contact details. This is a video from last week. Under the description, you'll find our contact details. That is our website, our social media pages, as well as our WhatsApp number that you can also use with Telegram. That is the number listed there. The Telegram channel, Trading View. You can follow us on Trading View. So like I said, the website and as well as our social media pages, that is Twitter and Facebook. So on Twitter and Facebook, you'll find all the charts that we post before and after, so you can see how we do this when we execute trades. So for the website, if you like to book for the course that starts on the 8th of February, it is a 10-day course. You can purchase the course on the website, and it is a 10-day course. So you can start watching the course before the live one starts in February. That means you already have an insight into the course before the live one in February. Okay, so in February, when the live course starts, then you can always ask questions after watching the recording. So it's a 10-day course. We go into detail from introduction to Forex, advanced Elliott Wave principle, practical application, as well as our indicator seminar. Right, so we have a special indicator that we use to confirm reversal areas, entries, exits, and stop losses. Right, so let's get started with this week's analysis. We'll start with Bitcoin. Last week, I showed the bigger structure and our view on Bitcoin and updated structures. Let's have a look on Bitcoin. So what are we looking at for Bitcoin? So on the 4-hour, I'm on the 4-hour here. Let me just go back again to the daily or the weeklies just so we can see the bigger structure. Bitcoin has made a parabolic move. Initially, we started with this move for Bitcoin, and from 2018, we started with this correction. This correction took place during the whole of 2018. So initially, we were looking at this as a corrective structure and that this was going to make a push to the upside to the all-time highs and come back again and then upside. So the structure has changed as follows because we have now broken above here. So that means this is not going to come back down. So what are we looking at on this? So let's have a look at the updated structure. I've shown this last week as well. So we've been buying Bitcoin, expecting it to get to the all-time highs. We got to the all-time highs. We did not see any reversal sign. Instead, we got a trade setup for upside on our last webinar in December. We had a setup from 20,000, forecasting 30,000, but it went even up to 42,000. Okay, so what is the structure? The structure is pretty simple. We are looking at Bitcoin as follows. So from the start of Bitcoin, we're looking at this as a wave 1, this one as a wave 2 in the yellow degree. Now we are in the lower degree 5 waves. 1, 2, 3. Now we need to get a wave 4. So any pullback that we're going to see on Bitcoin will be a wave 4, and that should possibly be sideways. Why? Because of alternation. It is not a rule, it is a guideline. So this one was sharp, so wave 4 will likely be sideways, 3 and a 4. That is alternation. So usually when wave 2 is sharp, you'll find that wave 4 is sideways and vice versa. So what are we looking at? We're going to look for a pullback or a sideways correction on Bitcoin before we get another move to the upside. From there, after the wave 5, we're going to expect another sharp or rather sideways, bigger yellow degree, and then a push to the upside. That is the structure that we are looking at on Bitcoin. So we're going to be looking for this one to be a 1, 2. Let's move this one aside. I'm out of space here, but I'm sure you can still follow what we're looking at here. That is how Bitcoin has moved, actually. It has moved parabolically, and that is why we're out of space here. Right, so this is 3, this is 4, and we want to get a wave 5 here. So Bitcoin is just parabolic. It's looking upside. There is no sign of reversal. Let's see how far this is going to go. All right, so every time we get something like this, there's an opportunity to buy. The same way we got an opportunity to buy here. So same way we got an opportunity to buy here. That is Bitcoin and what we're looking at. So let's look at the lower degree now. What are we looking at? Last week, when we were looking at this detail, we were looking at this to be a wave 4. I'm going to show the structure, wave 4, and then a wave 5 to the upside to complete that. Let's go to that chart on Bitcoin so we can update the structure and how it has played out. Let's go to cryptocurrencies. We'll go to the 4-hour on Bitcoin. This was last week. Can you see there? We are forecasting a continuation to the upside. How has that played out? It did not go to the upside. Instead, it made a correction. Let's look at this. Let's get more detail on that. So we were looking for this to be a wave 4 and a continuation to the upside. So likely now, because it has gone up, not impulsively, that means this wave 4 can play out like this. We've got 1, 2, 3 up. We're looking like we're making 1, 2, 3 down. We can come back down here and make a structure like this, downside, before we push up higher. So that means this wave 4, it's not going to be here, but rather here, because we're going to be making this flat. So whichever corrective structure is going to happen here, when it is done, we're going to look for another leg higher on Bitcoin, possibly to about 50,000 again. So let's see how this is going to play out. That is what we're looking at. Now, I'm not going to go through all the time frames on the other pairs like I'm doing with Bitcoin. I'm just going to look at this structure, which is the same for Ethereum, Litecoin, and Litecoin as well. So let's have a look at the structures. Or rather, let me not take this one out. Let me not take this one off. Let me keep it there. And we'll just look at Ethereum. You'll see that it is exactly the same. Let's put in Ethereum now. So if you look at Ethereum, you'll see it's exactly the same structure. So on Ethereum, we've got a pullback. It's also a wave 4. We also expected Ethereum to do that, but it has gone up correctively. Ethereum has got a complex correction here, 1, 2, 3. We expect this one to come down like that and then upside, just like that. So this is also like this. Let's take this off here and just mark the correction with the blue colors. This is Ethereum. That's what we have, and that is the zigzag in the upside. That is Ethereum. Now let's look at Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, it's exactly the same structure as well. Let's make the full screen here so we can have a bit more space. I need to see this one here, full screen. Right, let's put it up down here. So Litecoin also makes an impulse. Initially, it looked like this was going to be an expanding flat and then a push to the upside. It's not playing out like that. So let's have a look at the structure for Litecoin. So Litecoin can play out as follows, just like the rest. This is an expanding flat, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3. This one is a complex correction here. 1, 2, 3, and then downside with 3 waves and then upside. So as you can see here, all of these structures, they've got similar structures. We're simply looking for a 3-wave pullback and a resumption of the move to the upside. When these corrections are done, we expect a move to the upside. So this is Bitcoin. This is BTC here. This is Ether. This is LTC. Same structures. We're looking at that. That is what we're looking at on these 4 corrective structures. All right, and lastly, let's go through Ripple. Let's look at Ripple. The Ripple structure is a bit interesting. It's a bit different from the rest. Let's have a look at it. It's making a bigger corrective structure on the 4-hour here. This is 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's making another 3-wave pullback here. This is 1, 1, 2, 3. As you can see here, looks like we're making 1, 2, 3 here. So Ripple could be making a structure like this. So if that is the case, we'll see this one push up higher in 3 waves, 1 down before we make a push to the upside on Ripple. So that's what we're looking at on Ripple, a bit of a push to the downside short term, and then a resumption of the move to the upside. So when the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin makes that lower degree wave 5, this one should be making this this move here. When they come back down for a bigger wave 4 correction, this Ripple will be making this structure and then resume with the move to the upside. So let's see what happens here in the next coming session. So we'll check the indicator, rather the RSI, if it's giving us divergence. You could find that this is just going sideways here, while the RSI is giving us divergence here. But as it is here, we've got some divergence which can be invalidated. I'll show you what I mean by invalidated. So this is what we have here. We've got divergence on Ripple. So this one coming back up here, coming back down here, going sideways, it can just do this and then push to the upside. So while it's going sideways, RSI starts making a move to the upside. Then we start looking for upside here on Ripple. That's all I have for you this week on Crypto Corner. Have a great week. Don't forget to hit that notification button or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Please drop us a comment. Your feedback is valuable. We'll look at any comments that you drop on there. And you'll also get a notification the next time we upload a video if we subscribe, hit the notification, or drop a comment. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Trade responsibly. Cheers. Bye-bye.